Hello everyone. In this very short video, we are going to answer one question which is there in every UGC NET aspirant's mind. That is how NTA will calculate the cutoff for UGC NET examination. The cutoff step-by-step procedure we are going to discuss. Kindly see the entire video. If you like the content of the video, kindly hit the like button and share it to your friends. Let us start the video, guys. Suppose to decide the cutoff, NTA is having procedure, or the UGC is having a procedure to calculate the result of the candidates to be qualified as a NET or JRF. Suppose the candidates in total all over, let me take the colorful pen which can be visible. So total in the UGC NET, the candidates are going to be appeared 10 lakh people. Assume, this is an assumed number, total 10 lakh people are appeared in the UGC NET examination. 10 lakh people appeared for all subjects. Appeared for all subjects. Assume. After that, if 10 lakh people are appeared, and this step-by-step procedure is to decide the qualified persons or a disqualified person. So the step-by-step procedure is given below in the information bulletin given by the NTA only. The step to be followed. Look at step number 1. The number of candidates to be qualified, that is total slots or eligibility for the assistant professor, shall be equal to the 6% of the candidates appeared in both papers. 6% of the candidates who appeared in both papers of NET. That means the candidates appeared is 10 lakh that we assumed, and that step number 1. 6% of the candidates appeared, that is out of 10 lakh, which is equal to 60,000 guys. 60,000 people. 60,000 members are decided. These are the total slots available. Total slots available for UGC NET for one attempt. Now the second step, step number 2. The total slots shall be allotted to different categories as per the reservation. Like the different categories in India, reservation policy is there. So here these 60,000 members are going to be segregated into a general category as per their reservation percentage, EWS category as per their reservation criteria, and OBC category as per their reservation criteria, SC, ST, and PW, person with disabilities. These are the broad categories that are available. Now that 60,000 is going to be segregated based on the percentage of the reservation to each category. Like 10,000 suppose assume for the general out of 60,000, and here EWS category 5,000 assume, and here OBC category 20,000 assume. Total how much? 20 plus 10, 30, 35. SC category another 10, 45, and here another ST category 10,000 people, 55, and 5,000 is for the person with disability category. These are the categories for example. These are assumed numbers only. Now how to decide? These are the total slots available. Total slots are divided as per the reservation policies like this. Now we have to concentrate on the UGC NET cutoff mainly. In the third step, in order to be considered for the JRF and eligibility, first a candidate has to attempt the both papers, has to appear for the both papers, paper 1 and paper 2 in all subjects. In all subjects they need to give the paper 1 and paper 2. For them, those candidates who appeared and got 40% at least in the total score of the particular exam. In the UGC NET, 300 marks will be there for both papers. In the 300 marks, the candidates who belong to general category, which is unreserved category, mainly, they need to get at least 40% to be taken as a minimum criteria, and 35% for other categories other than the unreserved one. All other categories. Only these persons are considered who qualified over and above 40% or equal to 40% or 35 or equal to 35 over and above 35. Only those persons are considered for the declaration of the result. Other remaining who didn't meet this minimum criteria are disqualified from the result or else they will not be treated as a qualified person who didn't even met the minimum criteria. This is the third step. Now the step number 4. We have decided all these things, which is a procedural matter. Now the fourth step is that most important. The number of candidates to be declared as a qualified in any of the subject, like these many subjects are there for the UGC NET. The candidates who declare to be qualified in any of the subject in that particular category called as an OBC, General, EWS, SC/ST, the methodology will be followed. The methodology is as below. The formula is important, guys. Look at the formula is important. The formula is like this. The example is economic subjects we have taken over there. Number of candidates to be declared qualified for the assistant professor eligibility in the economic subject for the SC category we are going to determine for the example sake only. Number of candidates belonging to the SC category who secure scores at least 35%. Correct now? Because for the SC category only 35% is the minimum criteria, which are coming under the all other categories, right? Now after that, guys, the aggregate mark, 35% of the aggregate mark in both papers taken in the SC category for the economics. And the total slots available are the total slots derived for the, suppose I will write first one. Number of candidates who appeared for both papers and they got 35% in the SC category. Who belongs to SC category only. This is the first one. Divided by total number of the candidates belonging to the SC category in all subjects. Those are this number. The total candidates belong to SC number as per the reservation policy out of the total slots available. Total number of slots, or else here you can look at total number of candidates belong to the SC category in overall subject. Total number of candidates rather than slots, because slots is the wrong one over here. Total number of candidates in ESC category for all subject. For all subjects taken together, who qualified at 35%, minimum 35% they have got. SC category, total all subjects together who got 35%, multiplied by total slots available in the SC category. Total slots available in the SC category all together available in ESC category, that is above as per the reservation which we calculated, which is a 10,000 as per the example. Look at SC category, 10,000 as per the reservation we calculated. Now this is a formula that we are going to apply. Now look at carefully, guys. I am going to apply the formula. Number of candidates appeared for the both papers and they got 35% in the SC category for the economics only. This is economics. The example which we have taken in the economic subject, people who appeared in the SC category and they got 35%. Suppose assume those candidates who appeared in the economic subject, they got 35% and they belong to SC category, 1000. Divided by total number of candidates in the SC category who qualified with the 35%. Assume those are 1 lakh. Those are 1 lakh are there. In the total all subjects of SC people, 35% category. 35% qualified and who belong to all subject in the SC category. Right? 10,000 only for the economics, 1 lakh is for all subjects. That is multiplied by total slots available in the SC category. As per the reservation, out of 6%, how much is available for the SC category? Only 10,000 slots are available. So on this 10,000 slots, how much it belongs to economics? That is what we are going to identify. Now here, on the total subjects, which is a 1 lakh, 10,000 is available total slots. These 1,000 slots are belong to, our 1,000 candidates are qualified with 35% in the economics for SC category. Now the final slots to be declared as a qualified under the economics category under the SC, mainly for SC category, 3 zeros cancel, 4 0 also cancelled, This zero cancel. Only 100 members. 100 members are eligible to qualify as an assistant professor in the economics subject under the SC category mainly. Now next step guys, we decided 100 members are eligible out of the total slots available. From economics, 100 members are eligible out of the total slots of 10,000. Economics only 100 SC candidates. Now look at the aggregate percentage of two papers corresponding to the number of slots arrived and shall be determined for cutoff of the eligibility assistant professor in the economics. After that, similar will be applied for all other subjects also, as we are taking example only here, economics. Now all the candidates who appeared or who applied for the eligibility for JRF and eligibility for the assistant, both, out of the total number of qualified candidates derived as per the step number 4. Correct or not? See, who applied for the both, we need to separate them because they only the person, those are the only person who will be considered for the JRF. Correct or not? If they are meeting the cutoff criteria. Out of the 100 qualified persons, we need to separate the person who applied for both JRF and assistant professor. Out of this 100, we are going to separate them. We need to identify who applied JRF as well as assistant professor. That is lectureship. Now here, after that step number 6. The total slots available for awarding the JRF is allocated among the different categories as per the reservation policy of the Government of India. That for JRF allocation also separate categories that we need to identify. Now the procedure for subject wise come category wise allocation of the JRF slots are illustrated below. This is for the JRF guys. Now till now we calculate the procedure for UGC net qualification only, that is only assistant professor. Now combined together, out of the 100 members, we decided who are eligible for the JRF, that is JRF and assistant professor we identified. Now let us look into the JRF deciding. Now on this, number of candidates to be declared qualified for the JRF and assistant professor in both in the subject of economics by giving both papers in the SC category. SC category, take it as SC only, even though they have written ST. As we are taking example of the SC, try to make it as SC only. Now in this, number of candidates belonging to the ST category who have opted for the JRF and qualified for the assistant professor in the subject of economics, which we decided 100 is qualified for the net assistant professor, and from them we divided, we segregated the person who applied for the JRF and assistant professor. Now those number, into total JRF slots available under the ST category as per the reservation rules, that number is available only with the NTA, divided by total number of candidates belonging to the ST category, overall subjects who opted for the JRF and assistant professor. Now look at here guys, out of this 100% who qualified, from this just take it, only 50% applied for JRF as well as assistant professor in the economics. Right. Now this 50%, 50 candidates divided by total JRF slots available in the ST category. Total JRF slots available in the ST category. Out of 10,000 slots which we have taken over here, these are only assistant professor slots which are available as per the 6%. Now on this 10,000 also, only suppose say only 500 JRF slots are available for all ST category. All ST category, all subjects, only 500 slots of JRF is available. Now here total number of candidates belonging to the ST overall who opted for JRF and have qualified for the assistant professor. Look at who opted for the JRF and qualified for the assistant professor also. These are the availability of the JRF slots. But candidate have qualified for the JRF and assistant professor, the eligibility which we calculated, that is 100. Correct or not? Which is 100 we calculated already. We calculated 100. Now on this, how many slots, how many candidates? 0, 0 cancel, 0, 0 cancel, 5 into 5, 250 candidates. 250 candidates are going to get JRF. 250 candidates are going to get JRF. Actually, this is a minimum number that the number is more than this. You may get confused. I will change this number, guys, so that you will not get confused. I will change this number. Right? We got 100 member who are qualified for the JRF and assistant professor. The minimum criteria they have met as per the formula number calculation, formula 1 calculation. Now, out of which 50% are eligible for the JRF and assistant professor, that we assume, just we are assuming it. Now, on that 50%, guys, 50% who qualified or who applied for the JRF out of the qualified person, and the number of candidates who qualified is 100, multiplied by total slots available in the ST category is only and only take it as 25. So if we take it as 25, 52s are, or take it as 20, take it as 30, guys. A bit out. 30. 30. Now 2 15s are. This is good, right? 15 people, they are going to get JRF. 15 people, they are going to get JRF. Now remaining 100 minus 15, remaining 85 people are there now, they treated as a net. Only assistant professor. 15% are going to get JRF and 85% are going to get net. This is the calculation that you understand. Now I hope you understand. Out of the 100 members, we segregated 50 members are applied for JRF and assistant professor. Even if 100 members are applied for the JRF and assistant professor both, they will take 100 divided by 100 into 30. In such case, only 30 people are going to get JRF out of 100. Remaining 70 are going to get net. This is the final conclusion that I can give. Now, is there any additional calculation that is involved over here? You can look at. It may be noted that above qualifying criteria declared by the UGC is final and binding. The result is on so and so date, that is not required for this topic to which we are discussing. Right, this is the slots availability and the formula calculation, how we need to calculate, and I hope you got the clarity how NTA will calculate the result and they will put the cutoff based on the percentage. These are the marks calculation and slots based calculation will be there. It is not like merit based. It is like the slots availability of the JRF, the slots availability of the UGC NET assistant professor. Right, guys? I hope you like the video. Please hit the like button if you like the video. Kindly share it to your friends because this is a demanding topic to make it clear to everyone who are UGC NET aspirants. Right, guys? Thank you so much. We'll be meeting in the next video called as a normalization. When multiple shifts are there, how they will do the justice for all shifts people in without any discrimination. That video I'm going to make it, which can be available in tomorrow or day after tomorrow, guys. Kindly subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the like button and share it to your friends. Bye bye.